doesn't have any siblings at all, so it's no condition. And this one is smaller because everybody is together there. So here we have a case where A and C are siblings, B and D are not, because in this particular case, B is a child of A and B is so A and C are siblings. So the ones that come underneath that, A and C are still siblings. This guy and this guy, A, B, and C. The only okay. So that's the CRE8 lattice, and we can then also say that this is equivalent to saying that G is reverse CRE8 of F. Actually, I would make this K in a light font so that it would look like a symbol instead of a letter. And then we can take according to this lattice, let this be the meat of F and G, and this would be the various kilogram. This would be the drawing. Would be so it's just an ordinary drawing symbol with this extra line on there. So remember, we've got to distinguish CRE8, Maori, and standard in this. So we're going to have many lattices on the same source. Okay, so that's the definition. Now let's try to analyze something about it. So the main thing that we want to in the finite lattice, four things that we call covering. And this means that one force covers another. It means that it's less than the other, but there's nothing in between. So the transfer law holds. If F is less than G is less than H, then F is less than A. But then H doesn't cover F. The things that cover F are the things that are just bigger than F, but not in. There's nobody in between. And finite lattice, you can then find the ones that directly proceed. And the red lines on this side are the ones that cover, that show what covers what. So this word is here and there, so this. What does covering look like in the CRE8 lattice? Well, let's suppose we have some kind of a force and some part of a tree within the forest. So here's for example, you might have somebody has 5 descendants, and whatever their names are, and then they have some trees below them. And then they might also, this guy might also have siblings on either side, and might be depending of other things. But somehow we're looking at a part of this force. So there's some environment to this situation. And then I'm going to concentrate this diagram on the moon. Let's say title. I can take 1 and 2. Depending on except I can't use it up. The left side. When I transfer those two below the one that is just to the left. This is an example of covering. I'm not sure if it goes neat as well. I kept flipping the diagram up and down back and forth. So let's put an arrow here. Imagine that imagine this operation. You have some new force. You go to one of the families of the force, and you pick out some adjacent people, not at the left end, and you pull them down and attach them to the very end of the right. Now, at the very end, what I mean is, whoever is last in the pre-order, in the brothers, this side or this guy, again, if you look at the order, there's somebody who's last, and then the pre-order will push over so that person will be somebody's father. And so we can give them a family. We can take these and move them down and put them on and attach them to this other place. And by the way, a node in the forest that has no children is called a leaf. And so what we've done here is actually reduced the number of leaves by 1. Because all the leaves that were in these trees are still there, except for the rightmost in this branch. So by moving this down, I decrease the number of leaves, but I preserve the pre-order. I preserve the order of succession to the film, because everybody here still is going to come in the same order that they had before. And what changes have I made to families? Well, here we have these 5 people who are siblings, and here 3 of them are still siblings, and these other 2 are still siblings. So it turns out that everybody who is siblings down here is still siblings up here. So this must be actually the thing at higher up in the tree. And if we look at that lattice now, we should see then, if we rank things, we start out with 1 leaf, 2 leaves, 3 leaves, 4 leaves. So the level that you're at in the Curious lattice is the number of leaves in the forest. And so if you're two forests that have the same number of leaves, there's no way that one is going to be ordered the other one according to the Curious method. Oh, okay, that's an idea. Now, next thing I want to tell you about is duality, and this is the idea of flipping over the diagram so that it's going to look the same the other way. So it says that every forest is going to correspond to another forest that's the dual of that forest. It's somehow the upside down forest.
Comment on things and events after their death. In other words, I can see that you got Johnny a new bicycle. And this makes him very real and very alive. So even though technology is simply how this is real interaction
Well, the problem here is, of course, our very prejudicial definition of being real. We think that what's here, what's physical, is real. So if it reminds us of the physical, that it's real. And if it doesn't, then it's not real. And that's not the way it is, actually. We're the virtual reality that's computed. And consciousness is a lot more real. And you say that, oh, they have an ocean, plus information from them, like, well, I hid, $1,000 under the floorboard at the back of the bedroom, under the northeast corner of the bedroom. You can go back and grab that floorboard and sure enough, there's that money that was hidden there 200 years ago, and you're talking with your ancestors. Well, then that must be real, because they had information about that. Well, it's still all information. It's just information. Put that information. Yes, that database will give you that information. The emotions and feelings are also information. All of the attitudes, the ability to interact with things that are going on now, I see what's in your life. Well, that's commenting on an event. Or they may comment on the results of an election, or something like that. Of course, all of that is information. But the thing is, when that information comes to us in a way that feels physical to us, feels like we avatars are used to experiencing, then we say, oh, that's real. That has to be real, because it's emotion, it's the feeling, it's the accent, it's all the things. And even it's the visual. The medium can say, well, I see a big man who's heavy set with bushy eyebrows and wearing a plaid scarf. And the other person may say, wow, that's exactly right. He was big and heavy set, had bushy eyebrows, and his favorite thing of all was that he wore when he went out was his plaid scarf. That's got to be real. So, well, the realness of it is just whether or not it resonates with our sense of what is real. And our sense of what is real is what our avatar has experienced. So, of course the information is going to come that way. I mean, how would it be if you had a medium and the medium said, okay, I'm getting the picture. Let's see. I see a 3-headed chicken and it's speaking French, and it says that, you know, well, people would say, nah, that doesn't fit. That's not me. That's not him. He wasn't a three-headed chicken. This is crazy. You're incompetent, and they leave. So if the larger system is going to allow this kind of interaction with the database, it's going to do it in a way that seems real. You're going to get a whole person with emotions and feeling and memories and all of that, and an ability to talk about current events. The system's going to present it that way because that's a way in which the client, if you will, can get the information, can find value in the information, can think this is real as opposed to I'm being conned by this medium. You see, so that produces credibility. So if the point is to deliver this information, usually the point in these cases are you're trying to heal wounds that have never healed yet between individuals still here and individuals deceased. And the wound healing doesn't really have to do with the deceased, it has to do with the individuals still here. Okay, they have problems, unfinished business, connections, forgot to say I love you before the person died, whatever it is. They want some comfort, some connection, some resolution, and that's why they're there. And it's in the system's best interest that they get that connection, that resolution, that they find some peace, because now they can go on, they can grow up, they can evolve more efficiently if they're not carrying this wound, this problem around with them, you see. Or even if they just are learning that reality is bigger than just physical. So the system may want to give them very accurate data about Fred, who was dead or whatever, right down to the scarf he wore or to the money's under the back corner of the bedroom. They may want to do that just so that person can learn that reality is bigger than it seems. You're opening them up. So there's lots of reasons why the system would want to make that information as complete, as real, as significant, as credible as possible. And it's got all the information. So it can present the correct image, correct clothes on, correct attitude, with the correct bushy eyebrows, and it can discuss current events or anything else. This is an exercise in healing somebody, helping them on their journey of evolution with information and using the medium to make that connection, because otherwise that healing can't be done. That person's dead now. It's hard to heal that wound between them. So that's what's going on here. So yes, it does seem real, quote unquote. It does seem just like they're still that same uniform, that same person. And that
the higher dimensional information, in the same way that people would view me as a flat two-dimensional image if they cover one eye and look at me as just flat, like a National Geographic photograph. But in their mind, they subconsciously just extrude me into 3 dimensions and interpret what they're seeing. They have a knowledge that my nose is closer to them than my ears, even though all they're really seeing is a flat two-dimensional image. So this is an analogy to say that mathematically one can recover the information of a higher dimensional thing, like the E lattice that encodes unification physics, from the lower dimensional mosaic tiling code in 4 dimensions, which is in quasi-crystal. Guess that it is what it appears to be until you realize that there is no theory using what you think it appears to be that would work. And it turns out that with quasi-crystal mathematics, we can have our cake and eat it too. We can say that the mathematics of a higher algebra defines the gauge symmetry unification physics that unifies particles and forces, but so too does its lower dimensional projection. So we have this lower dimensional code, this quasi-crystal mosaic tiling structure, and the fact is that embedded in this lower dimensional object is the information of this abstract, non-physically realistic, higher dimensional thing. And in this way we have our cake and eat it too, because we can say, well, we don't have to admit that philosophically or ontologically reality has hidden higher dimensions just because the math implies that it relates to higher dimensions, because quasi-crystals in lower dimensions encode higher dimensional information. All we measure is three spatial dimensions. So the fact is that one can mathematically express the unification physics with the lower dimensional quasi-crystal, or okay. Well, I didn't get, yeah, okay, but you're gonna have to eventually cut in, if this was a line of thought, you'd have to have cut in how we get from 4D to 3D, because oh, you're gonna, of course. All right, so the fact is that unification physics can either be based on the mathematics of a higher dimension algebra or crystal, or the projection which transforms it. So when you project something, you transform it, right? So if you have a cube and you can feel it in your hands, and then you hold it up to the
Hi, welcome back. I'm glad you could join me today. And today I have one of my little friends here that's having lunch while we're doing this, so thought I'd share her with you. This is a little baby fox squirrel, and she's just having a little lunch with me. Ooh, what's there? Too much? Huh? There. Isn't she something? She's only a few weeks old, and just as cute as a button. Thought I'd show her to you today. There. Alrighty. Enough of that. This is just one of my many friends. I'm going to set her down, and we'll get started here. Okay, if I can get her off my shirt. There. They have about 9,000 claws, and they can all seem to grab you at once. Alrighty, tell you what. Come on up to the canvas. Let me show you what I've got done today. Okay. There. Get that edge a little better. See there? Very gentle. Just barely caressing the canvas. Barely caressing it. I want to introduce you to a fantastic peekaboo squirrel. But isn't that the cutest little thing? Watch what's in there. What is it? Peekaboo. He likes to sleep in the hand. In fact, once you feed him, that little rascal will sleep just about anywhere you put him. But look at the size of his foot. It's no wonder they're so agile in trees and stuff. With that a foot that big, you can run up and down any old thing. There. Okay. But I like to just watch him sleep like that sometimes. There. I like to put these little dark areas in because it makes all kinds of nice things. There we are. Something like that. I'll put a little. But by now you should see how we make them. I want to introduce you to a fantastic lady while I'm finishing up this little mountain. This lovely lady's name is Cindy. She's right outside of Orlando, Florida. And she allowed me to come out and film some of her animals. And this is a little sandhill crane. And they think when it was in the egg, its neck got twisted up. And it probably will never be able to be released. But gorgeous ladies like Cindy devote their whole life to just taking care of God's little creatures like this. She has all kind of creatures out there. If you saw the owl earlier, that belonged to her. That's a baby that she's getting ready to release. Probably by the time you see this, he'll be out and living on his own someplace, having a good time. But I have the greatest admiration for people who devote their whole lives to them. And see, here's Cindy showing me the biggest squirrel I have ever seen in my life. This is called a Sherman fox squirrel. And he's as big as a small kitty cat. And very docile, very quiet little squirrel. And this one is quite a pet. He belongs to my friend Cindy, one of the rehab ladies that lives around Orlando there. And she takes care of him. She's turned him loose several times, and he won't go away. He's sort of like one of my squirrels that I have. I keep turning him loose too, and he comes back. But now this squirrel...
The higher dimensional information, in the same way that people would view me as a flat, two-dimensional image if they cover one eye and look at me as just flat, like a National Geographic photograph. But in their mind, they subconsciously just extrude me into 3 dimensions and interpret what they're seeing. They have a knowledge that my nose is closer to them than my ears, even though all they're really seeing is a flat, two-dimensional image. So,
we're big enough. He knocks on the door and comes on in. His name is Little Bit. But isn't he something else? There. Okay. That's about all I'm going to do on these mountains. That's a very simple little mountain to do. I think you'll like it. Prussian blue, phthalo green. I like phthalo green. Put it right in there and put some crimson in with it. Ooh, a lot of nice, rich dark color. Let's make some trees. Grab the old fan brush. And we'll just fill it full of color. A lot of color in it, both sides. Okay, let's go right up here to the canvas. Big decision time in our world. Does now. Lives a happy little tree. I'm going to push upward. Make little pushy up trees. Just use a corner of the brush, push upward. That phthalo green in there just gives it a nice little effect. I like that. Painting is such an individual thing. Even from day to day, my mood changes. What turns me on one day may turn me off the next. There. Tell you what, it's interesting. In the last series, we showed a little baby owl. I hope you've seen that. He was about so big. He was just a little ball of fur. In fact, I think I remarked that he had the same hairstylist as I do, because he was nothing but a ball of fur. Look at this rascal. He's now a full-grown owl, and he is absolutely beautiful. I sat and talked with Hoot for a little while, and a little nervous getting in the cage here. That son of a gun's got some big toes. Look at the claws there. I am so fascinated with these little creatures, and I hope you are too, because I like to show them to you. Scratching a few little sticks and twigs. Your masterpiece is finished. Hope you've enjoyed this one. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.
This is an analogy to say that mathematically one can recover the information of a higher dimensional thing, like the CRE8 lattice that encodes unification physics, from the lower dimensional mosaic tiling code in 4 dimensions, which is in quasi-crystal. I don't think that reality is 8-dimensional. I think that it's best to be conservative and guess that it is what it appears to be until you realize that there is no theory using what you think it appears to be that would work. And it turns out that with quasi-crystal mathematics, we can have our cake and eat it too. We can say that the mathematics of a higher dimensional crystal and its related algebra defines the gauge symmetry unification physics that unifies particles and forces, but so too does its lower dimensional projection. So we have this lower dimensional code, this quasi-crystal mosaic tiling structure. And the fact is that embedded in this lower dimensional object is the information of this abstract, non-physically realistic, higher dimensional thing. And in this way we have our cake and eat it too, because we can say, well, we don't have to admit that philosophically or ontologically reality has hidden higher dimensions just because the math implies that it relates to higher dimensions, because quasi-crystals in lower dimensions encode higher dimensional information. All we measure is 3 spatial dimensions. So the fact is that one can mathematically express the unification physics with the lower dimensional quasi-crystal or the CRE8 crystal in 8 dimensions from which